Hello, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be talking about the toy drama happening in Royale High. Yes, I know I'm kinda late, but I've been working on this vid for a while because I wanted to double check everything I'm going to say. I was also procrastinating a lot, so sorry about that. First of all, before I start talking about the toys, I want to say something. I took a break from Royale High for a while, as you can tell from the last video I uploaded. I will still be playing it, but I will also try moving on to other games to make content about other than Royale High. For example, on Twitter, I'm following lots of upcoming games such as Alchemy High, so once the games are made, I'll be playing and even making content. And I even have Dress to Impress video being edited, so maybe I'll play more Dress to Impress along with the other games. Now enough about me and my content, and onto the toy drama. I'm honestly so disappointed in this game. I'm kinda of an OG player. I did play Royale High back in like 2017, but I sadly lost that account cause my country decided to ban Roblox, but I still like to consider myself an OG player. The game is kinda like a comfort game to be, which is kinda a stupid thing to admit, but it just like sad seeing a game I loved for years now slowly dying because of the game's actions. In my opinion, it feels like a punch in the face by the game, deciding to make new sets which players have been asking, even begging for such a long time, but deciding to put the brand new sets and items behind a paywall. To make things worse, the company's CEO is a Zionist and supports is not real. I'll be going down a list of all the problems I have with the new items and sets. Firstly, I hate the fact the new items need to use real-life money to obtain. And the fact that the Royale High Twitter said all other sets other than the charity set, which is the Goddess of Triumph set, will always continue to cost diamonds, which was a big fat lie. Like, what's the point of diamonds, the in-game currency, if we can't even use them to get the new items? Like I said earlier, players have been begging for sets in the game for such a long time. Like for the entirety of 2023, I've seen so many asking for sets, and we get one at the end of the year. I mean, yeah, the Snow Swan set is a great set, I love it, and then all of a sudden, they bring out like so many brand new sets out of nowhere into the game behind a paywall. It's so frustrating to see happening in the game. This one idea I'll be saying is from a thread from Tiny Peacock. I recommend go seeing it. I'll put a link in the description, but this thread talks about all the problems happening in the game, such as the most recent one about the toys and much more, like the lack of diversity in the hairs in the game. I'll be only talking about the toy problem for this video. Anyways, Tiny Peacock had such a good point of making the new items both obtainable in the game with diamonds and with the toy codes, but only making the people with the toy codes participate with the bingo thing to obtain the Vox set items and the special prize. This is already 100 times better than what's happening in the game, because the people who actually have the new items in the game are charging such ridiculous prices for them. For the Vox set, I kinda understood the high prices at the time, since people thought they were limited and you could only get the items then, but I'm pretty sure the new toys will stay here forever, so it's kinda stupid seeing people pay 1 million for a single item. But it's honestly better if the new sets were also available in the shop with items, because like I said earlier, people are fucking stupid and annoying and charging high prices for them. And what Tiny Peacock said, this way the average player who doesn't want to buy or can't buy the toys aren't forced to do so, and isn't forced to spend outrageous time farming for diamonds to afford it through trading. For me, I have both of these game passes, so I could earn 100,000 to 150,000 in like 8 hours a day, and it would take me around 7 to 10 days to farm at least 1 million diamonds to afford one out of the 13 plus items in the game. And I have the game passes. Imagine someone who doesn't own them. It's going to take forever for them to even have around like 500,000 diamonds. So in my opinion, I wish they would have done this and let the players buy the new items in the shop, and let the people who use real money to get the dolls do the bingo card, get the VOC items, and get the special reward or whatever once completing the bingo card. I'll now be talking about the second problem I have with the new dolls. The costs for international players. For the players living in USA, the total amount for all the new dolls is around $100. I'm not exactly sure, but if you're someone who lives in another country other than USA like me, it costs around $800. The shipping costs more than the actual dolls itself. Like, even if the company and the CEO weren't bad and I really wanted to get the dolls, I probably wouldn't because my parents would say it's too expensive, which it is. It's so annoying not everyone has the money to afford toys that's around $800, almost $1,000, that their kid will probably only use one for the toy code. And even if you're going to buy just one single toy, it's still so expensive for people living in other countries for a single toy. It's so annoying. Even if I wanted the toys, I probably would have never get them, which is why I prefer the toys being able to be purchased with the in-game currency other than real money. And I feel like not worth spending that much money for a toy that you'd probably never use if you just want the in-game item. For the next problem I have is not really with the new update itself, but the players. The inflation of the new items are insane. Yeah, sure, I get the items are new and it's expected, but it's still insane. Farming for 1 million diamonds can be challenging since there aren't any good ways to farm, which can be time-consuming and boring, especially if you don't have these game passes. Now having like 100,000 is barely anything in the game. The game feels so much like a pay-to-win kind of game. I swear I feel broke only having 400,000 diamonds in the game. I mean, if both people are happy with the trade, then alright, but it's still such a ridiculous price for an item. I know this happens a lot, but it feels like it's getting worse now in Royale High. But again, I barely trade, so I don't know much. Me personally, I am not spending that much diamonds for something that's going to drop in price in a few months, since like I said earlier, these toys are in limited edition, it's going to lose value soon. So if you really want the new items, just wait. If no one is going to pay those ridiculous prices, then the value will drop, so in a few months, maybe weeks, the values are going to be reasonable and you can then buy them. That's just my opinion though. While editing this video, a thread on Twitter by Roxtels was made which discusses how the money earned from the toys don't go directly to his Not Real's funding, which is a small relief I guess, but do keep in mind that Jazzwares isn't suddenly an innocent company. The CEO still sucks and is a Zionist. So I still don't recommend buying the toys. And before anyone comments this, yes, I know that Royale High had to do the partnership thing with Jazzwares because Roblox made a contract a long time ago, and there are NDAs and contracts on why the toys give the new sets, but it's still so disappointing. That's all I want to say for now. In the comments, I'll put a link to Roxtel's thread along with a couple other informative threads, so please take the time to check them out. That's all for today's video. Hopefully, I'll feel motivated enough to upload more and have a good day. Bye bye.